Hey folks, Carl here and welcome to episode 4 of Tamiya's mid-production Tiger. Okay folks, I had to go and check then that this is actually episode 4. Oh, it's called a senior moment I think. Anyway, waffling on, where are we at? So, the tank is now complete and glossed, so we have a shiny tank. There's the main body and the turret. So all glossed and ready for our whitewash. So the plan was going to be that for this episode we were going to be starting off with the base for the diorama. So the picture frames I showed you in the last episode aren't actually that good. I'm going to use them because I've got them. For starters, this back plate it's actually smaller than the frame itself, so I've got to put a few wooden braces. You might recognise them as coffee stirrers. I'm pretty sure that we've all got a little stash, or a rather large stash of coffee stirrers about. So I braced the corners down and then we've used the PVA glue and just filled around the edges. But yeah, it's not the greatest at all. So I have 3 of them. I will use them, but I shall not buy them again. So like they say, you get what you choose. Now the plan was we were going to fill this up with the polyfiller, but before I can do that I needed to make the tree stumps I was talking about. Now I got some wooden dowel like this and cut this one up to make it the size that I wanted. So it'll be sticking up like so. But this wood is a little bit hard for what I was planning to do. The plan was that we would rough up the end part so it looked like the tree had split and broken, and then we would rough up the surface with a wire brush. Now I have a wire brush like so, but this wood will not scratch up no matter how rough I get with it. So I have ordered some balsa wood dowel, and that should be here next week. So the base is on hold. So what are we going to do? We are going to start applying some of the whitewash from, this is UMP Weathering Wash Winter. So we are going to apply onto here and see what it looks like, because obviously this stuff, with it being clay based, if we don't like it we can just wash it off with having the gloss coat on. So this stuff needs a really good shake up, so I'm going to pause the video here while I get this all mixed and into a little pot. So talk to you in a moment. Okay folks, so I've been shaking this up for a little while now. I've got a couple of brushes out ready. We've got a medium-sized brush and a smallish brush. Now the plan is going to be that we're going to fill in some of the recesses and the holes first and not cover the whole thing. The plan is to layer this up a little bit at a time. So there we go. Bit of whitewash now. Where's my tissues gone? Here we go. So let's zoom that in a little. There we go. Right, so I'm going to go around any of these raise points here, around the commander's hatch, around the gunner driver hatch there. It's not the driver, radio op gunner's hatch there. Obviously the driver's hatch is on the main body, so we use a smaller brush to start off with. So this stuff we have to keep mixed. So we are just going to let it fill the edges, like so. Almost like we were doing pin wash. Okay, and we're going to leave that to dry for 5 minutes. So, talk to you in a moment. Okay folks, that is this now dry. I went and added a little bit more white around the edges and stuff. I've gone and tried brushing some off here just to see if it was dry, and it's as dry as it's going to get. So now we're just literally going to brush it off and see what we get, see what we end up with. Obviously this is just the first coat, so the brush is dry, no water involved. Obviously if there's any parts we don't like, then we can get some water on it and get it removed completely. Bit. Here on the barrel. Still a little bit shiny. So we have the first part on. So I am probably going to do exactly the same place again and see if we can leave a little bit more on, and then I'm going to give the whole thing a complete coat and brush it off. So I shall be back shortly. Okay folks, here we are. We've now got the complete coat on and it is completely dry, so we are going to start brushing away, and I've already started down this side and we are just brushing down taking off the excess. Okay, so I think that's going to need at least one more coat. So, let's be back shortly. Okay folks, so as you can see I've ended up putting a third coat on this. I found that, as you saw previously, we were using a stiff brush like this, and this was taking off too much, and you saw me have a go at it with a softer brush and it didn't seem to be doing anything. So this time I put the third coat on and I took a step back and I let it completely dry, and then I worked at it very, very slowly with this soft brush. And yes, it takes a little bit longer, but you get, it leaves that little bit more on and makes it look a little bit more natural. Now this picture's washing out a little bit, so as you can see, what I did, I put it on thick where you can see it, and where it looks a little bit thinner I left that blank, but got a wet brush and just spread it in there so it was quite thinly spread out. And then, like I say, let it completely dry. Didn't go anywhere near it with this brush. We then just worked at it slowly with this one, and I mean slowly, hardly touching. Just it did take quite some time, but as you can see, it does look a lot better, a lot more natural, as though it's actually been painted on and the paint's coming away. So we've just started working on the main body. We've got the wheels on this side done. This side still need to be brushed off. It's still a little bit, well, it is actually dry, but it's not really had long enough to dry. So we are working away, and once this is done we are going to start adding some actual snow using this AK Terrain's snow, and we won't be using the micro balloons, but we will be using the snow sprinkles. This gives like an icy snow effect. So yeah, so once all this is got the whitewash on, we will be back and we shall have a play with this stuff. So talk to you in a moment. Okay folks, drop the camera down into a slightly different angle here just so we can show you the effect we are getting with this whitewash. We're just putting it on and we're not wiping off with any wet rags or anything like that. We're just brushing it off very, very gently. So I'm going to show you how we're doing this on these two back flaps here. All as we are doing is we're getting a soft dry brush, and all we're doing is very, very gently going round in small circles, hardly touching, keep blowing away, and we're just rubbing away very gently and getting random patterns where this stuff is taking off. And you can keep going at this and take off or leave on as much as you want. So I'm taking off about 50% to keep in line with all the rest of the tank that I've done. So that's that side done. And do this, exactly the same on this side. Just keep going around little circles. Change the direction you're going, clockwise to anti-clockwise. Very gently taking off a little bit of the whitewash. You have to excuse my dog pining in the background, but the wife has just gone out, so he's not too happy about that. So there we go. And then we have these two exhaust covers here as well, and we'll do exactly the same. Just very gently take off. Hardly touching at all. Try to keep it in frame, that would help. Takes quite a bit of time to do this, because if we press too hard we will take way too much off. Nice and easy. Of course we have the rust effects around the top edge of this as well. Should do us on that one. Starting to press a bit too hard there. And there we go. I think that will do us. So that's where we've got so far. All we've got left to do now is the side parts. Oh, there's these little bits on top here. I'll do that left-handed because otherwise my hand gets in the way. So, there we go. Like I say, all we've got left to do now is these side parts and the top deck. And that, if we come away a little bit, that's as far out as we can go, and we put the turret on, and we're starting to look, take some of that white balance out if we can. Yeah, it's just whiting out, so yeah, we are getting there. We are almost done with the whitewash. We can then start adding some of this snow effects on top after we've done another gloss coat. So I shall carry on and we will talk to you in a moment. Okay folks, that is the tank completely whitewashed all over. So the top deck done, the sides, the wheels, the front and the rear. So now this is going to get another gloss coat, and we are then going to apply a light wash to the tank. So I'm not sure how long this video's been going on for, but I'm going to call it there. It's not a huge amount done in this video, just pretty much the whitewash. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Be good, more importantly be safe, and as always, keep making models, and we shall catch you next time. Ta-ta.